hold onto your seats, boxing fans. You won't believe what just went down in 2025. From shocking upsets to the most brutal knockouts you've ever seen, this year is shaping up to be one of the craziest, most unforgettable years in boxing history. Stick around as we break down the biggest surprises, the most insane finishes, and reveal which fighters are making history and which knockouts will leave you speechless. Don't miss a moment. Let's dive into the action. Like, subscribe, and hit that bell because you won't want to miss what's coming next. The rise of new powerhouses, Justice Hun and Timona Teramona. January kicked off with a bang on the Gold Coast, Australia, as the heavyweight division saw a new contender emerge in Justice Hun. Known for his technical prowess and knockout power, Hun defended his unbeaten record and regional titles, including the IBF Pan-Pacific and WBO Global straps, with a commanding performance against South African challenger Shah Pater Hume. Hume, famed more for his lightning-fast hand speed and fluid movement than sheer knockout power, was systematically broken down by Hun's precise boxing. Early on, Hume targeted the body, trying to wear down Hun, but it was Hun's sharp right cross that ultimately stunned his opponent in the second round. The referee, recognizing the danger, halted the fight to protect the visibly outmatched Pater, cementing Hun's reputation as a rising star with a dangerous combination of skill and power. Meanwhile, just days earlier, heavyweight newcomer Timona Teramona made his mark with a stunning first-round knockout of Osu Otobo. Less than 2 minutes into the fight, Teramona timed a perfect counter right hand on Otobo's chin, sending him crashing to the canvas in a heap. The brutal, clean knockout was so decisive that the referee waved off the fight immediately, with medical personnel rushing to aid the fallen opponent. The viral clip of Teramona's thunderous punch sent shockwaves through the heavyweight scene, signaling that a new, formidable force was entering the division. The super middleweight showdown, McIntyre-Mansire's methodical domination. January 9th was also notable for McIntyre-Mansire's impressive capture of the IBF Youth Super Middleweight title. Facing the durable Abdullam Staman, Mansire displayed a masterclass of technical boxing blended with punishing power. Over 4 rounds, Mansire systematically broke down his opponent, targeting the body to lower Staman's defenses before unleashing a vicious uppercut that snapped Staman's head back. In the final round, Mansire's relentless pressure culminated in a flurry of power punches that forced the referee to step in. His victory not only marked his rise in the division, but also showcased his potential to develop into a future world champion. Mansire's combination of skill and power has boxing fans eagerly awaiting his next challenge, shocking KOs in the UK and beyond. On January 11th in the UK, Scott Forrest delivered a knockout that stunned the boxing community. Facing Devor Miller, Forrest found his range early in the second round. As Miller pressed forward, Forrest timed a short counter left hook perfectly, landing flush on Miller's chin and rendering him unconscious instantly. The chilling imagery of Miller collapsing to the canvas made it an immediate social media sensation, hailed as one of the year's most dramatic knockouts. Across the Atlantic in Las Vegas, rising star Ernesto Taido Marcato faced former 2-division world champion Pedraza. The fight was competitive through 3 rounds, but Marcato's power and ring IQ took over in the 4th. Trapping Pedraza against the ropes, Marcato unleashed a lightning-fast 5-punch combination, capped by a brutal right hook that left Pedraza stunned and slumped on the canvas. The referee's swift stoppage hinted at a potential future champion in Marcato's promising career. Similarly, in Sheffield, England, Dalton Smith continued his ascent, by capturing the vacant European super lightweight title with a devastating first-round knockout of France's Wally Oiza. After dropping Oiza with a perfectly timed left hand, Smith sensed blood and unleashed a barrage of punches, ending the fight just before the bell. The victory in front of his home crowd solidified Smith's status as a top contender. The monster strikes Inoue and Cedeno dominate. The Tokyo crowd on January 24th was treated to a masterful display of power and precision by Kane Naga Inoue. Facing late replacement Yoon Ken from Korea, Inoue patiently stalked his opponent for 3 rounds, showcasing his defensive prowess and technical skill. In the 4th, Inoue demonstrated why he's considered one of the most fearsome finishers in the sport. Maneuvering Yoon Ken to the ropes, Inoue unleashed a lightning-fast right hand to the body, followed by a perfectly timed left hook upstairs. The blow was so devastating that Yoon Ken collapsed immediately, unconscious on the canvas. That same night in Montreal, Turkish light heavyweight Mechuno continued his undefeated streak by dismantling veteran Aquel Madura. After dropping Madura with a clean left hook in the 2nd round, Mechuno pressed his advantage, culminating in a 3rd round knockout. Trapping Madura against the ropes, Mechuno delivered a brutal left hook that sent the Argentine veteran crashing down and remaining motionless, a moment that drew widespread praise for his devastating power and sportsmanship. Upsets and dramatic comebacks, Paulo, Cotti, and Turner. The underdog story of the year was written in San Antonio, Texas, where Justin Paulo stunned the boxing world by knocking out highly regarded Shavatan Rakimov in the 8th round. Rakimov, known for his tactical boxing and power, appeared to be building a lead on the scorecards. However, in the 8th, Paulo timed a perfect pivot and unleashed a thunderous counter right hook to Rakimov's temple. The shot buckled Rakimov's legs and he crashed face first onto the canvas. Despite his toughness, Rakimov couldn't beat the count, and Paulo's dramatic comeback victory became one of the year's most talked about KO highlights. Similarly, in Manchester, England, Francis Sofian Cotti delivered a shocking upset by stopping Nathan Heener in 7 rounds. Known for his energetic style, Heaney was the favorite, but Cotti patiently timed his counters and capitalized on a moment when Heaney lunged in with a right hand. The punch staggered the hometown hero, and Cotti seized the opportunity with a flurry of power punches, forcing the referee to wave off the fight in a stunning upset. In March, Liverpool's Jack Turner continued his destructive streak with a 2nd-round knockout of Ryan Farrakhan. Turner, nicknamed the Ripper, stalked Farrakhan early before unleashing a combination ending with a devastating left hook that sent the veteran crashing to the canvas. Turner's relentless power and precision are making him a rising force in the lightweight division. The most devastating knockouts of 2025 so far. Among the year's most jaw-dropping moments, a few stand out for their shock value and technical brilliance. Yuri Cedeno's liver shot. March. In Tokyo, Cedeno used a subtle feint upstairs to lure his opponent, then ripped a devastating left hook into the liver. Ulysses Tovar folded in agony, collapsing in a heap, a brutal demonstration of the power of a perfectly placed body shot. Edgar Berlanga's blitz. March. The Puerto Rican knockout artist, known as the Chosen One, obliterated Jonathan Gonzalez Ortiz in under a minute. His ferocious combination of hooks and uppercuts left Ortiz defenseless, reminding everyone why Berlanga is considered as one of the hardest punchers in the sport. Cabal's upset of Jang, February. In a monumental upset, German heavyweight Arthur Cabal scored a sixth-round knockout of China's Guile Big Bang Jiang. After being battered and dropped in rounds 5, Cabal's resilience paid off when he slipped a looping left and countered with a devastating right hook, forcing Yang to take a knee and ending the fight dramatically. Joseph Parker's resurgence. February, the former WBO heavyweight champion displayed his renewed killer instinct with a second-round KO of Martin Backel. After surviving an early storm, Parker timed a perfect overhand right, knocking Backel out cold and signaling his return to heavyweight contention. What does 2025 have in store? If the first quarter is any indication, boxing fans are in for a year filled with high-octane action, shocking upsets, and legendary performances. The emergence of new stars like Timona Teramona, Maxentire Mansar, and Arthur Cabal suggests a deepening talent pool across divisions. Meanwhile, established fighters like Joseph Parker, Edgar Berlanga, and Kane Naga Inu continue to remind us why boxing remains the most compelling combat sport. Fans are already speculating about what's next. Will Teramona become a heavyweight champion? Can Mansaya elevate himself into the pound-for-pound top tier? And which fighter will deliver the most devastating KO of 2025? The only certainty is that the sport's unpredictability and raw power will keep us captivated. As we look ahead to the rest of the year, one thing is clear: boxing's wildest moments are just getting started. Stay tuned, because the knockout of the year could be right around the corner, and it might just be more unbelievable than anything we've seen so far. Which knockout of 2025 has impressed you the most? Do you think the upset victory of Arthur Cabal over Jiang deserves the top spot? Share your thoughts and predictions for the most devastating KO in the remainder of 2025 in the comments below.